Welcome to the Mindset Unleashed Today podcast. My name is Tommy Gucciardo, and I'm excited to share my insights and experiences with you to help you shift your mindset and improve your life. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be exploring different areas of life, discussing how to make positive changes. Now, I'll be doing this by interviewing guests who can provide additional perspectives and their experiences. I believe that by making a mindset shift, we can all unleash our full potential and create the lives we want to live. I hope you'll join me on this journey. All right, I want to welcome everybody back to the Mindset Unleashed podcast. I'm Tommy Gucciardo, and I'm your host. Now, I don't know about you, but life is like a roller coaster. There's so many twists and turns, ups and downs, and so many obstacles in life, right? And, every day something new comes at you. It could be, loss of a job. It could be loss of a relationship. You're in business and, business isn't good. And, it's what we do in these obstacles and what we do in this time of, adversity is how we get better, right? So it's not about, success after failure. It's about what we do during the problems, right? And that's thriving in adversity. And, my friend, a really good friend of mine, always used to say, there's a storm a-coming. And I always used to laugh when he said that because the way he said it was funny. But that is so true because we never know when something's going to happen in life. It could be a death. It could be, like I said before, losing a job, changing, your business is having problems. You're going bankrupt. And what do we do during those time periods that get us better and get us stronger and get us back on the right track, right? And, to me, I practice certain things because in my life, I've had a ton of adversity, right? I've been incarcerated. I have addiction problems. I've lost businesses. And, I lost relationships. I lost wives. And, for me, there's always a silver lining. But how do you get to that silver lining? And what do you do to get to that silver lining? And it's the obstacles that are in your way and how you get better with them. And there's a few things that I do and how I get past these adversities and how I get past these obstacles and I get better. And the first thing I do, and this is the most important, and I practice resilience on a daily basis, right? You have to cultivate a mindset of resilience, And what does that mean? You have to be able to overcome challenges. So every single day, there's a challenge in life. How do you get better? How do you get over it? And how do you fight through it? And that's the key. So we have to, when you're developing a mindset of resilience, it's really about you take that adversity and you fight through it, right? And you get through those roadblocks to get out to the other side. Now, another thing that I like to do on a daily basis is, and this is a tough thing because, life isn't always easy. So we have to maintain a positive mindset. And what I mean by maintaining a positive mindset is, start focusing on the good things in life, the good things you have. Maybe you have, kids at home. Maybe you have, a job that you love. And just focus on the good things in life and maintain that positive mindset. And that'll help you get through these obstacles and these turbulence in life. And, that's really, because it's really simple to not be positive, right? So something's negative happening to you, whatever it is. Everybody's level of problems and obstacles are different. But whatever that is, it's easy to get sucked into it and not thinking about the other side. And so that's why you have to stay positive. Look at the good things. Be grateful. And that'll help you get to the next level. The other thing I like to do is try something new. So, as humans, and we get caught in the same rituals, the same routines on a daily basis. So when a bad thing happens to us, if it's a loss of a job, a death, and we're trying to fight through that, we go back to the same things over and over again, and we get in that same cycle. So it's easy to, just get sucked in and not get better as a person. So, or not fight through these things or the feelings. And so another thing I like to do is try something new, right? Because sometimes the answers are right in front of you and we don't see them because we're so caught up in the negativity and the obstacle that we're with and that we don't look past certain things. So try something new, ask questions, get outside your comfort zone, do something different. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Because when we do the same thing over and over again, that's the definition of insanity, right? We do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, and the same results happen, right? So we can't thrive in that because we're not changing the situation or the problem, and things will stay the same and we don't get better. So that's really, really, really important. And the other thing, and this is really this is a key for me, is self-care. So when there's stuff that's happening in our lives, we can't neglect ourselves because it's easy to wallow in self-pity. It's easy to, it happened to me again, or, oh, this is supposed to happen to me, or I'm destined to be a failure. And, I can't get past, I can't pass my test. I'm dumb. Right. And it's easy for us to, take away from who you are. And this is the time where you have to really focus on yourself. Take a breath. If you're in that grind, make sure you're sleeping properly, making sure you're eating properly, right? Because it's easy once you start getting depressed and once you start, once you're in the midst of something, it's easy not to take care of yourself. And then we don't have the proper energy to deal with the problem, So it's really important that you take care of yourself and you make sure that you're number one. The other thing we have to be aware of is navigating setback and embracing change. We don't like to change. We like to sit in the same thing over and over and keep focusing on the same things, right? But how are you going to get through the problem if you're doing the same thing, right? If it's, you keep on, let's say you're a student and you keep on taking a test over and over again, and you keep on failing and you keep on failing, but you're not studying or you're not applying yourself, or you're not taking good notes, right? You're going to keep on doing the same thing. So what do we have to do? We're in a setback right now. We have to take something, we have to take a different action. So you know what? Take better notes, right? Block out a certain period of time to study. And if you do these kind of things, if you time block and you do these kind of things, you're starting to change what's happening and you start changing the trajectory, right? And you get better. And that's what it's all about. It's just about rethinking, reshaping your mind, and and just take that change and embrace it. Don't be afraid of it, embrace it. And that for me was a long time. It's like when when I came first to, I'm going to go back to me, because a lot of times, I like to tell you about my stuff and maybe you could relate to it. It's, embracing change for me was, I had to realize that I was an addict. And, my life wasn't changing. Every problem that I had, or every issue that I had, or every hard time that I had was because of my addiction. And the only way to get through that is to do one thing, is change. And I had to change what I was doing. And that was stop doing drugs. And by that, helped me to be better on a daily basis. And then I was able to, when the problems happen, I was able to identify what's going on and getting through in these things. And that's how you thrive through adversity. You just take little baby steps and you change. So when you're dealing with adversity, it's unknown, right? So, it's like I was just talking to my daughter the other day, and, it's her first year in college, and it's really the first time on her own, right? She's always been baby. She's always been the little one, get whatever you want. I used to harass her about her homework, and, now she's doing it on her own. I asked her, you want me to help you? She goes, no. She goes, I got this. I said, all right, no problem. I get a call the other day. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm failing. I was like, all right. I mean, it's part of life, I mean, you're on your own for the first time. And in the back of my mind, I knew she was going to have a problem her first semester. So she called me the other night, like in tears. I don't know what to do. Like, and she's failing sculpture of all things. It's like how could you like even have a problem with sculpture? I mean, I think I could even go back to college right now and pass sculpture. But she was having problems with, and then, I helped her how to talk to the teacher, and then she had a problem with, another class, she wasn't understanding how to do the, the citations and stuff like that. It's new to her. So, it's different from high school. So, I was giving her little tips along the way, how to get through these problems and how to get through them. And then she called me last night and she says, I got a 95 on my paper. He didn't even take off the points that he said he was going to. And it was just like that feeling. And then she says, now I know what I have to do. Now I know how to attack it the next semester. So she had a problem, she asked for advice, and I was able to give her some advice, and I was able to point her in the right direction. Not to say my stuff was the right or wrong answer, but it pointed her in the right direction, and she was able to get through something and feel better about herself. And now the next time she has a problem, she knows she can handle a problem. Because a lot of times what we do is we have a problem and we just let it happen and we let it go its course. And then what do? All right, it happened, and we don't get better from it. So she's able to take that and change and be better for the next time. And that's what it's about, And even if she failed, she was prepared to fail. So, she knows what to do when she fails also. So, just because adversity happens and obstacles happen, doesn't always mean we're going to be out on the other side. It's just how we deal with these problems and how we get better and how we try to get out of them. I got to stop that. I don't want to say try. It's how we get out of them. We always have to have that mindset of getting out of the situation. We can't say try or, maybe it'll happen. You always have to keep that positive mindset. All right. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this episode. Like I said earlier, life is like a roller coaster. There's so many ups and downs, twists and turns, just like life. We get hit with the left and the right all the time. Good things happen, bad things happen. But we can get out of them. And we just have to stay focused, have a positive mindset, and just stay on the course. Things get better if you let it happen. So if you could, please, the only way we can get this message out and the only way we can help people grow and change that mindset and get better on a daily basis is if we go out and we like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you want to hear or what you want to talk about, and we'll do our best to put it in our next episode. Thanks for tuning in.